My name is Anna, and I'm going to host this webinar with my co-hosts today, Chelsea from Temu and Kate from M2E Team. We'll be sharing how you can benefit and grow with Temu and M2E. I think these are all things that I wanted to mention at the very beginning, and we can start. So once again, I want to thank everyone for joining us today. And to get started, I will pass it over to Chelsea to continue the conversation.
Great. Can you hear me?
Yes,
you hear
we
me
can.
okay? Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, thank you everybody for joining. As mentioned, my name is Chelsea Sweetos. I'm one of the senior business development managers here at Temu. Before Temu, I spent time building TikTok Shop 0 to 1, and in doing so, launching one of the largest global key accounts. And before that, I was at Instagram Checkout, helping build their social commerce product. And before Meta, I was at Nike World headquarters for about 6.5 years. So I'm really excited to be here today to share a little bit more about what we're doing at Temu and give an overview of our local seller program. So just also want to thank the M2E team for inviting me to present this to you today. As mentioned, a couple of housekeeping items. Today's presentation will be very high level in regards to what our local seller program is about, what it consists of, how to be eligible, and the different ways that you can integrate your business to streamline your commerce operations. The second thing is that you're going to see some data in different slides today. I do need to note that those are all from third-party sources, and you'll see those notated at the bottom of each slide. And then lastly, we'll have an opportunity at the end to do some question and answers. We will do our best to get you all the answers we can. However, I'm always happy to have an offline conversation to address any other questions that you may have. Okay. I think we can go to the next one. So great. So this is a little bit about what our agenda is today. And when we talk about Temu, specifically, we're going to focus on our business here in the US in this local seller program and how it works. So a little bit about Temu. I'm just pulling this straight off the website. We are an e-commerce company. And what we do is that we connect consumers with millions of merchandise products, partners, manufacturers, brands all over the world with a simple mission to just empower them to live a better life. So we here at Temu are committed to bringing affordable products onto our platform so that we can enable consumers and merchandise partners to essentially fulfill their business dreams in a really, really inclusive marketplace environment. We were founded not too long ago in Boston, Massachusetts, back in 2022. And ultimately, our goal is to grow the local seller program here in the US. So again, one note on the slide is just a little bit about our journey and how we've grown over the years. Again, a lot of the data that you're seeing here are from third-party sources. So again, we were founded in September of 2022. So we're new, but we're not that new. As I mentioned previously, we launched about 3 years ago. And one of my favorite things to do is ask people when they first heard about Temu. And the typical response I get is from a Super Bowl ad, back in February of 2023, which you'll see on this chart, where essentially we just flashed up the QR code during a commercial spot. Fast forward to that data point that you're seeing down below is that we had over 735 million app downloads globally. So fast forward to the next year, for the next Super Bowl in 2024, we doubled down our approach. We continue to launch the Super Bowl commercials in more countries, and you'll see that our growth has been exponential. So in May of 2024, that's when we launched this US local seller program. And in doing so, we've hit a couple critical milestones along the way. What you'll see here on this graph is in September of last year, we actually reached over 80% brand awareness. So I say all this to say that our growth has been exponential, it's been fast, which is why it's a perfect time for businesses to think about partnering with us. Next slide. Perfect. And again, all this data comes from third-party sources, and I'm not going to dig too deep in it, but what I will say is that we are pretty popular against millennials and Gen X consumers. We do appeal to a diverse set of consumer groups, and as our age groups grow, we're often seeing female and household decision makers shopping on our platform for products for the entire family. And so when we think about our consumers really come to us to look for the best deals on their product. And the third-party data is essentially telling us too that we're also seeing this pool of high income earners continue to grow with us as well. Next slide. Again, more data that we've sourced from third parties, but essentially what this graph is showing you is that we have high engagement, we have high repeat purchasers, and more consumers are spending more time with us compared to other marketplaces on average. Next slide. Okay, so all that is quickly just to build the contextual foundation as to why we're really here, and that's our local seller program. So our local seller program is really just designed to support businesses here in the US on a pure drop shipping model. So if there's an important slide in this deck, it's this one. And this overviews all the requirements of what it takes to be eligible as an official local seller. So if there's any slide that you want to screenshot, it's this one. So in that first bucket, essentially what it's saying is in order to be eligible, you have to have an incorporated entity or individual with a UBO holding a US passport or driver's license. We also need to confirm a valid business address here in the US. So when you're thinking about registering on our marketplace, this is the first bucket that you're going to want to start, and just make sure you tick off all these things because that's the crux of being eligible. The second bucket around local inventory is all about operations. So we operate on a purely drop ship model. And as a seller, your inventory must already be here in the US, and you must have the ability to be able to fulfill orders directly to the consumers once they order from your shop on our marketplace. The last one is really about, as a local seller, some of the benefits that you enjoy by being a part of this program. And some of that is you can enjoy traffic support on some new products that you upload to our marketplace, as well as the white glove onboarding and account support that we provide. So we really understand that in today's day and age, it is so important for sellers to have somebody at the company that they're partnering with that they can reach out to on the account management team or the business development team, should you encounter any questions along the way from your registration, your onboarding, and once you go live with us. Next slide. This slide is really just to show, look, we take intellectual property and brand protection very seriously. And so part of our onboarding policies and opportunities really includes uploading your trademarks with us. But in addition to that, we also have comprehensive policies regarding IP and brand protection to make sure that your brand's protected on our marketplace. Next slide. And so as the X's and O's goes, really as far as next steps for onboarding and managing your product catalog, what it would look like is step one is that myself and the M2E team both have these registration links. I'm happy to share that with you. They can also share it with you. And essentially what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to obtain that link. That's the most important step. After that, you'll click on it. You'll create your own Temu seller account and profile. And by using that link that I give you or that the M2E team gives you, essentially what that does is it guarantees that dedicated white glove support from my team, as well as the team of account managers that we have to help support your shop through registration and once you're live. So once you click that link, set up your account, from there, you'll submit those required documents as we were mentioning a few slides earlier. Once your shop's approved for onboarding, then you have multiple options on how you want to list your product catalog. We have a list of different ERP apps and connectors that can help you streamline your operations and fulfillment. But additionally, we also have a manual upload option where essentially you download the template from your Seller Center, you upload your product information accordingly, and then you re-upload that into your Seller Center account and manage all of your orders through Seller Center. So once you get through your figuring out how you want to manage your product catalog to streamline your operations, you then have the opportunity to set up your fulfillment, your shipping preferences, and then start listing your products to go live on our marketplace. Next. So that's really it. As I mentioned earlier, this was intended to be incredibly high level. I am always happy to schedule a one-on-one follow-up call with you and your business, should you have any detailed questions or inquiries. And I really just do want to thank the M2E team for having me here today to share more about what we're doing at Temu and our local seller program. I would love to partner with your businesses. And right now, it is just a really, really great time to join us here and be a first mover at Temu here in the US. Thank you.
Chelsea, thank you for sharing the details and inviting the sellers to get on the market. From my own experience, I would like to share that it indeed is a fast growing and very quickly changing market, but it's been a nice experience for us to partner with Temu so far, and we, with the development team and the marketing team, enjoying it still. So we are switching to the next part, and it's going to be Kate and me. We will share a little more details on how we at M2E can help you get your products on the marketplace, whether you are selling on Adobe Commerce platform or it's Shopify. Kate will give you a more detailed overview of that. And I will follow with a few more details on what offer we have for you today and what other services we can help you with. So before we actually cover the M2E part of the services and products we've prepared for you, I would like to take this moment and recognize our official media partners today. We are proud to collaborate with them for this webinar. It's MageStore and Fera. MageStore is a leading provider of PaaS solutions for Magento, and they are helping retailers grow with innovative technology and expert support. And Fera is helping e-commerce businesses collect, manage, and display reviews and ratings of customers and make sure they benefit to online stores and help them boost conversion. So I think I will be inviting Kate here to tell you a bit more of what M2E is today and what you can actually achieve with the services we have.
Yeah, thank you, Anna. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining our webinar today. And yeah, let's start with the M2E. What's M2E? How it can help you to integrate your store with Temu. And we'll be glad to share an overview of our products and services that we provide. So maybe some of you already know M2E, as we've been on market for almost 18 years with our well-known Adobe Commerce, Magento Cloud integration. But today, M2E is the whole ecosystem of products and services, and we support a list of a lot of platforms. All the platforms you can see now on the screen are already supported in M2E and integrated. So if you are running your store on one of these platforms, feel free to register your account and start integrating your store with Temu using the M2E Cloud. If you have the platform that is not yet integrated and supported by M2E, just share with us the platform you're using. Just reach out to us because we are always expanding the list of platforms, adding new integrations. We have a good experience in this, in integrating different stores. So we will share with you different ways how to do this, and we'll be glad to add the support of new integrations of new platforms as we work with different platforms. And for example, one of the supportive platforms is Salesforce. As some of you may know, it's quite complex, may be challenging in some of the technical requirements, but we have a successful integration with it to have clients who are already having the customer account with us and have integrated their Salesforce store with Temu or other channels. So just reach out to us. We'll assist you with this process, and you can start your integration of your store with your Temu account. And as for the Temu account, you will just need to have it registered. And as for the Temu seller, all the marketplaces that are available in Temu will be available for you with the M2E Cloud, with M2E products. Maybe, Anna, if we can switch to the next slide to show the supported countries that are available now in Temu. As you know, it's growing really, really fast, and so we are ready to grow in together with Temu and add in the new countries. As soon as it becomes available on Temu, it will become available for you with M2E, and no need to do some extra steps. So just register. And one of the main wide marketplaces, United States is also supported. So yeah, just connect the account. We will dive into the details of the onboarding process, what steps will be when you start this integration and registration. Before we dive into these details, I think I ask Anna to share some more details about our products, what we are offering, so you know what you can achieve with M2E, and then we'll go into the registration process.
Thank you, Kate. Yes, we'll get back to the registration topic once again, so you don't have questions about that after the webinar. But before I tell you more about the services and M2E solutions, other than just the integration, I would like to just have a quick pause here and share this slide with you, which is really a quick, I think, glimpse into what the early sellers have already to say about their experience with Temu integration. And for me personally, it's remarkable, to see that how straightforward it is to get started and how soon you can see the value of the new integration with the new market. And if you are having doubts, there are already people who are getting value out of it. So I think this is a sign that not everything new can be complicated. It can be actually very, very easy. And why you should give Temu a try with M2E is because if you are already using M2E products, either it's an M2E Pro on or a M2E Connect on Adobe Commerce or any other platform, you will see that the interface is consistent. So from a easy, intuitive interface to a broad selection and support of product categories on Temu, we are doing our best to make sure you are getting the stable, easy experience with our products, and you are getting just more sales instead of learning, new application and new rules of a marketplace. And whether you are listing just simple products or you're listing products that have variations, the process is quite straightforward for both. There are no hidden difficulties or requirements. It's all there, and you can always ask us questions if some setting is new to you. And I would like to focus just as an extra point here on the pricing policy. You will be, I think, it might be new to you, but the pricing policy on Temu is trying to be max fair towards your product and the offers that you make on the marketplace. So by learning all of it and getting acquainted with this all, you will be sure that there is no, extra effort, I would say, that you have to make to get your products on a new market. And with this, I would like to switch to the part where we can actually help you, like what our team can be doing for you to make this starting and onboarding process smooth.
Yeah, so we'll give you now the overview, what to expect during the registration, all the account setup process, and to highlight what exactly we can help you with. So as for the registration, pretty simple and straightforward. You just connect your store, your team account, and then all your products will be imported, and you will be able to start the next steps of the account setup. And at this step, we will help you to examine your catalog. So we'll review whether your products have the required information to start listing them on Temu. Like, for example, the good titles, images, product identifiers. So if anything is missing, we will highlight this for you. So you will make sure we will make sure for you that your catalog is ready to be listed on Temu. We'll also analyze your products for categories and suggest the most suitable categories for your products to select on Temu. Based on different categories, there may be different requirements, different information to be provided. So we will suggest you what you should include, what to pay attention to, and we'll help you to map the information that you already have set up on your store with information that should be provided on Temu for your listings. And if needed, we're always open to schedule a demo call with you to walk you through all the details of our application, of our solution, to get over all the settings so you know what you're doing, so you know all the capabilities of the solution, what you can achieve, all the settings. So we'll walk you through our solution on the personalized demo call and suggest how these settings align with your setup. If you need further assistance, what we can do for you, we can start and list some new products for you on Temu. So take a few products. If you want us to do this, you select some products you want us to list, and we will do this for you. So you will have your first active listings on Temu. We'll use our expertise in this to make this process smooth, easy for you. So you will get your products listed on Temu, and then you will have an overview of this process. You'll see how fast it is to get this done. And then you can move forward and list in all your other products in Temu and expand your sales to the new sales channel. And of course, after you have your products on Temu, you start receiving orders. We will be here to support you with any questions that can come up during this process, whether this is related to some order imports, shipping, tracking details, updates, or order taxes, totals. All these questions can come up, and we will review all the details, suggest you, help you with any questions. Use our expertise to get this process for you easy, so that you're not alone with integration and with all the questions. We will be here to help you with any of this. So overall, that's it. Just connect the channels, review all the settings, understand what you want to, what products you want to sell, and just will guide you through all these steps. And it will be pretty fast for you to get your first products listed on Temu and receive your first orders. So just start this. And we also have, moving forward, when you already have your sales, there are also additional tools, analytics tools that will help you to understand the best selling products, whether you have this suitable category for you. Well, maybe Anna, you can share more details on these additional tools that can help moving forward.
Yes, it's gonna be my pleasure to stop here and touch on M2E Analytics. If some of you might be already using it, you're welcome to share your feedback. If it's something that sounds new to you, M2E Analytics is a standalone service, and you have to do absolutely nothing to start using it except be an M2E user. So once you get the integration registered and you have your channel account connected, we do the work for you. We collect the data, we analyze it, and we display it to you in the way that you want to see it. So there are very many filters, a lot of data on your sales, on your products, the tendencies, the behavior of your products on in different regions and markets, and you may even include the demographics analysis into your planning. The tool is still free of charge. It comes at no extra cost with your M2E solution. So feel free to try it and make use of it. Many sellers are interested in fees. I mean, the channel fees, they are also a part of M2E Analytics data. So when you switch between tabs, you will see very many details that might be a part of your business planning and might be helping you to make, for example, decisions about your next inventory or offering more on a certain market. And before we round it up here, just a few facts about M2E. If you are not familiar with the product, or you are familiar but you haven't heard a little bit of our history, we have been on e-commerce market for 18 years. We started a long time ago, and we have been growing with the e-commerce market growing. The platforms are developing, and the channels are developing. So we are in between, but we are doing our best to prepare and offer you the product which is consistent, and make sure that the data you are managing in your store, in your platform, is properly synchronized and offered on the marketplace. And one of, I think, the priorities for us is to be flexible in terms of offering the solution that fits your exact setup. So we are very happy to learn about your non-standard approaches on how you manage product data or sales, for example. We can discuss it, make sure that you get the integration solution adjusted to your needs. And our support team, I'm always happy to say how deep they are into the product, and sometimes they are very technical, and the development team is also happy to help. So if there is something which needs like a custom approach, I think we'll do it for you. And again, I think Chelsea already mentioned that if you are thinking of getting your products on the market on Temu, get registered using the registration link we prepared for you. You will get all kinds of benefits like seller incentives and, of course, onboarding support of both teams. We are happy to show you how actually easy the process is. And on our end with M2E team, you'll get, of course, a 30-day free trial for a new integration, and the team who is happy to support you. I think we've covered most of the points that we wanted to highlight today, and we can switch and move on to the Q&A part. I think we had questions throughout the session.
I
We
took
can be
time to
reading the
respond.
questions.
Yeah, I
Okay.
took some time to respond and left it open for everybody in case you had the same question. There's a lot of questions around IP and brand protections. So we can also share that too. I put a couple bullet points down of things that we're doing throughout the onboarding process, as well as proactive monitoring. The biggest thing is just register your trademarks with us. That allows us to help better protect you.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I see that many of the questions have already been answered. That's okay. If you haven't received a answer to a question, please drop it again. I have a quick question about M2E Analytics. How much does it cost? As I mentioned, so far, the service is free of charge as long as you are an M2E user. You don't have to pay any extra cost, or you can just go ahead and start using it. Are there any additional fees from M2E? No additional fees, but M2E is a subscription-based service. We are collecting the cost for the service based on your GMV throughout the period of 30 days or 12 months. You decide to which plan you would rather subscribe to, and it may be a free service for you while you are growing on the market. And if your sales do not go over a threshold of a free plan, you can be using the service for free. I think we're all good here. And once again, both teams are open to collaboration, and we are happy to answer your emails. And if you are still considering whether you want to start or now, I think you should start selling on Temu. Chelsea, would you mind answering a quick question about whether Temu has a buy box system? That was a new question.
No, not that I'm aware of. But anything pricing, that's something that we would like to have a one-on-one conversation with different sellers, just to really understand how our marketplace works, because we don't take commissions or anything like that. So I think it's really important for us to have those conversations on a category by category basis. And you guys have my email too in here. So it's chelsea.swios@temu.com. And let's set up some time, and then we could talk and tailor our answer specifically to your brand, just to make sure it makes sense.
Okay, perfect. Chelsea, thank you for joining us today. It was a pleasure presenting
Thank you.
with you. And for everyone who are still having questions, please reach out to us. We'll be waiting. Thank you, everyone.
Thank
Have
you.
a nice day.
Thank you.
Bye.